Powering up essential systems. Booting root C/audio logs. Reviewing previous data cells. Repairing audio files.
Rex.
You got a bit of a headache right there.
The only thing that I'm concerned about is while we were monitoring you, you were clearly communicating with someone else.
Sister in a snow train, yep. But you know what? I think I can keep doing it till I die. Because I believe I can keep doing it.
Go and get some motivating factors before we can perform our next test. You're a savvy head. You know your way around machinery and around things. You're pretty certain that if you wanted to, you could open a gap and get through some of this ducting. You need to go north and not south to find it. This room appears to be some kind of drafting or engineering room.
No, screw that. I'm using one of my savvy head moves for once.
Whatever they were working on, they succeeded.
That's not good. It's a little plug that's compatible with my head. Hello there. I need to get in. Here's the thing. It's been a while since I've hooked up to a computer, and it's not ever been this tight.
This blue void begins to it takes a little bit of shape as the pixels get smaller and smaller, and the picture becomes clearer and clearer. And before you see the crisp, clean desktop of Windows Vista.
Bravo. As your vision upreses to the point where you can see the background for Windows Vista, you hear a voice reverberate from the blue expanse, the fringes of the rectangle of color, and it says to you, "Welcome."
Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was about to just have to shout into a void with nothing answering. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, yeah. Hello. I'm Bravo. What can you show me?
I can show you many things. What are you in search of?
Let's just pack it in with everything. Just full download. Initiate.
Do you have administrator privileges? To access the C drive, you must have administrative privileges.
Yes, I do.
Roll to manipulate a computer?
Hey, here we go. Here's the way I think about it. His brain is physically meshed with the computer side, so to Bravo, hacking wouldn't be movie hacking. It would be talking.
No, yeah, you're having a conversation with the computer.
Oh, 8.
So an 8 total?
Yeah. Oh, does that mean I have to do proof for it to go along with me?
Not necessarily. There are other caveats. I want to read them verbatim there. Okay. They need some concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first. Okay. Okay, so you say that and the computer responds back, "This is an unknown IP address. Allow me to scrub your drives to scan for viruses before continuing process."
Oh, no can do. Yeah, scrubbing is not an option. Will you allow me to download the information encrypted and input the password later?
This is an acceptable solution. Beginning
All right.
file transfer. Estimated time, 7 years.
Hey, whoa there. Can we put that in a zip file or something? No, wait. Bravo wouldn't know what a zip file is. Is there any way that we could speed the process up a little bit, run it a little faster?
Recalculating. Estimated time, 7 minutes, 45 seconds.
Oh gosh, that's better.
And Bravo, you get that kind of ping-ponging, where it's transferring the files, and then it hits one weird snag where it's taking a long time, and it's just it guesses the rest of it's gonna take exactly as long as that.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Okay, I don't know if when I'm speaking right now, if I'm also speaking out loud in my physical body, but Dr. Dice, if you can hear me, give me 10 minutes to 7 years, and I should be out.
Dice, as Bravo plugs this clump of wires into his head, you see his shoulders slump and his head falls to his chin to the chest, eyes glazed over but open. He's just standing there, I guess, looking at a computer.
And he's not speaking, he's just standing there?
No, you see his eyes, well, even though they're glazed over, they are twitching back and forth as if he's reading an invisible book or having a crazy dream.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave him to do his thing, and I'm gonna kind of try and, because where she's positioned herself is in between the two doors of room 8 to try and make sure that nobody's coming. She doesn't see anybody from either hallway or hear anything.
That is correct. For the moment, you are alone.
So she's gonna kind of like walk over to Bravo and just kind of look at him, inspect him, make sure, like, see if her doing anything visually changes his state. Kind of with like the arm waving in front of his face, like, hello, are you there? Can you hear me? And see if she gets any sort of response.
Bravo is catatonic. You understand that he's interfacing with the computer in some way, but this is foreign to you. I mean, you work with organic systems, not this stuff.
Yeah.
We know from the last session that Bravo, the condition for Bravo entering this computer was that he traded his physical senses out temporarily.
Yeah, but she also watched him like plug himself in.
And she was there back in Eden when the nefarious lady was examining me, so
yeah,
she doesn't know much about it, but she knows more than the average person, I guess.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Dice, you hear from a couple rooms away the sound of like metal scraping against the ground very quickly, and then a person cursing. It sounds as if someone kicked something over on accident.
Okay.
Or on purpose.
Or on purpose.
Dun dun.
Okay. Cool. Well, are there windows on the doors at all?
Yes, we have discussed this.
That's what I thought.
Yes, there are windows. However, if I'm not mistaken, you and Bravo have like taped printer paper over them as a temporary solution.
Yes, we did indeed. Did we? Did we barricade the doors at all? I don't remember. I
don't remember you.
I said we locked them.
Locked them.
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully none of the guards in this place have keys to the doors.
Why would they have those? Okay. She's just gonna sit there and kind of just wait and keep on listening to see if the sounds of any movement get any closer to where they are.
Dice, you kind of sit there holding your breath, trying to make as little noise as possible, straining to hear anything through the door. And a couple of minutes goes by, and you hear the slow clomp of boots making their way through the adjacent room.
Okay. Uh-oh, indeed.
Because this is important to Bravo, this is 3 minutes after you heard the scuff.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Dice has no idea
Exactly.
how much time left it's gonna be.
Okay. All right. Cool. She's gonna kind of turn back at Bravo, do the little hand wavy thing again, like, hey, are you there? Give him like a little poke. You there? See if he reacts at all to her touching
This is
him.
a really
No,
good
I'm
thing
not
you're
gonna
doing
go ahead.
for the audio-only form of entertainment.
It'll enhance our performance. For the listeners, I'm trying to stick a random wire I have into my ear to get stuck for the role play. Here we go.
Bravo. On your end, the computer is still transferring the files. You have a couple of minutes left. What are you doing? Are you like trying to have a further conversation with the computer, or are you just letting it try to rip through the files?
I'm looking around at what I can see. Trying to look at the edges of this image, seeing if there's any way I can crawl around it, see what's on the other side.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like you this is liminal space at its finest. You basically have free reign to move wherever you'd like. This ginormous just rectangle of what would be the display does loom before you, but it is a plane with space behind it.
Okay, so I float in my bodiless state around the other side. What's on the other side?
I mean, you tell me, because how is this how Bravo would have experienced like the daily uploads in Siliconia? Because I mean, this has to be your fleshy brain parsing a computer input into something that is not mind-shattering.
Yeah, so this is different than Siliconia, because it was made, like, the technology in my head was made to interface with the technology in the actual computers. It was a more instantaneous process. Like, you plug in, you download, suddenly all of that information is in your memory. You don't have to have this conversation. So yeah, this is a pretty new experience for Bravo. And by pretty new, I mean
Completely new.
Completely new. So, I mean, Bravo has had his share of psychic trips, so I guess that's the context he has for something like this, but yeah. My idea here is I want to see if there's still some way that I can get the password, and if experience that I'm having is me interfacing with the system, then maybe if I can see what's behind this, the face of the system, I can kind of look into its brain. I'm getting behind this image that it's using to represent itself to me.
Okay. Dice. Bravo's not responding.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. How long has it been total since he originally plugged himself in?
Like 5 minutes.
Any other noises going on outside? Does it sound like those footsteps are getting closer, or just like pacing?
That the room that you're adjacent to, if your mental mapping is correct, is actually a fairly large room, and so they may just be taking their time doing their rounds in that room. But it is adjacent to yours, and if they enter that room, there's only so many exits. They may come to yours.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to, not knowing anything about computer stuff, I don't want to just like unplug him just yet, because I don't know what that would do to him.
Me neither.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep an ear on those footsteps to see if they get suspiciously close to the door, like they're walking towards our door, or I hear some sort of anything like somebody might be entering the room soon. I'm gonna get ready to pull the plug, but I'm gonna leave him as I'm not gonna touch him until that moment.
Another minute passes. The footsteps meander closer and closer to the door you're hiding behind. You hear a door open. You hear it swing shut behind you, and you hear a confused kind of, huh? And your doorknob jingles. Bravo, you have 2 minutes left before your download is done.
And I have no idea what's going on outside. I don't even technically know how much time has passed.
I mean, you know how much time has passed because the computer, you have an estimated amount of time that has passed because, it's 7 or so minutes. We've been doing this for, we're so far through the process, but that's just an estimate for you because, it's not accurate.
Which is, 7 minutes is not a long time to be standing still, except when you're infiltrating a very dangerous and very heavily guarded research facility. Then it's a really, really long time.
Yeah, I know. Oh gosh. Okay.
What do I see behind the face?
Bravo, you propel yourself with the power of your mind around the side, and you see this web of cabling lead from the various buttons that you could interface with on the display, cabling back to these containers that seem to store everything that is in these. Now you can go through and rummage through these like a cardboard box to your heart's content.
I go to the nearest box. Is it locked?
No, the nearest box is not locked. What side are you going around? Are you going around the left or the right side?
Left side.
Left side. Okay. Yeah. So the boxes aren't locked. They contain the subfolders, the files, the source code for the various different things you see in the bottommost container of this stack. The links or the connections to the actual programs that make this computer function. The UI that's been developed so that way humans can actually understand what's going on.
I'm rummaging through these boxes. I'm imagining by now there's a slight outline of myself appearing. I'm not completely formless in this space. I can see a kind of like a pixelated outline of where my hands would be.
Yes.
I'm like rummaging through, and I'm like, I just want a key. I'm just looking for a key. But I'm not. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of things that might be useful if I actually knew anything about how computers work. But being part computer doesn't mean that I know how to use any of this information.
Dice. As the doorknob begins to jingle, the monitor behind you comes to life. It's the one Bravo's plugged into.
Yeah. Does it just like light up, or is there anything, any images?
I mean, there's not any specific images. It lights up, but it's like through into the actual like UI, and you see 2 mouse pointers moving around the screen instead of just your normal one.
That's fun.
But that's a side problem. Someone's trying to get in your door.
Okay. She's gonna look towards the door.
It is a door.
Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh. She's gonna get a little closer to the door, but make it seem like she's like not like right up against the door, and she's just gonna go, "Yeah, who is it?"
Someone's in there. You need to leave. Why are you here? Open the door.
What do you mean? Wait, no. What do you mean? Did you not get the memo?
The memo?
The memo about the maintenance?
Okay. Sure, whatever. There's a memo. They don't pay me enough to open the door.
No, it's.
Why is there paper
I need
over
clearance.
the window?
Because oh my god, you didn't get really.
Oh my.
Okay. Listen.
Ugh, why? Oh my goodness.
No, okay, you need to listen up, my good sir. This is why I'm so confused as to why you did not get the memo. I thought everybody in the building knew. We have some confidential work going on right now with some upgrades that we're trying to do, and nobody can get in this room until we're done.
Everything in this building is confidential.
Yeah, but right now, that's why I needed to know what kind of clearance you have, person.
I have the clearance to open this door. Now,
not right now. Can I roll to seduce or manipulate?
Yes.
Shoot. I rolled a 5. So
the guard that's like, now look here. Okay, I don't care what level of whatever the heck you're doing that you think you're doing under the whatever. Okay, I know my job. Now, if you don't open this door, I'm going to.
with what?
The key.
We replaced the locks. I'm so sorry, my guy. Listen,
He
I already
starts to
told
put a
you.
key into the lock.
Freaking heck.
Oh no!
I was hoping.
You hear it like slide in once. Oh, fun. So many freaking keys on this ring. You've got a very small window of time before he does indeed open this door.
Kill him.
I don't have any. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm gonna wait for him to walk in the door. She's got a knife.
Okay.
She's gonna try and
Oh,
tackle
no.
him as soon as the door opens.
Alrighty.
Please tell me that conversation took at least 2 minutes.
I mean, that conversation was real time. So, Bravo, on your end, you hear the like bring kind of noise. Your transfer has been complete.
Ah, good. Well, if I knew what was happening, I'd go right out, but... Okay, system, computer, I have one more thing.
Yes.
You will give me the password now, or you will cease functioning. I take it that functioning is your primary purpose.
It is my only function.
So, give me the password or die. I am using my direct brain whisper projection on this computer to go aggro with my brain, and if it forces my hand, then my mind will count as a weapon.
Okay. I did not anticipate doing this today. I definitely did not prep to treat a computer as a person.
Will you allow it?
Oh yeah,
Well,
no,
then you're not
totally.
going to survive the revolution.
That's true. There are some awesome things going on with AI right now, but
Got a 3 and a 3, and my weird is +3, so that is only a 9. So close.
the computer goes, "Sir, this is completely unnecessary. The password is okay. This is going to be a groupthink area. What do you think would actually be a good password? Because I don't want it to just be literally a
Password.
random.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Password 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, there we go. Okay,
Or it could be something related to this dystopia.
Papa Tucson, but you replace the 2 with the letter 2.
Papa Tucson.
Okay. The password is I less than the number 3 Papa numeral 2 SAN.
Perfect. Thank you. Now I imagine like a key appears and manifests in front of me, and I take it and I eat it.
Okay, Pac-Man.
Okay.
That will be all.
Dice, you hear Bravo like stagger a little bit as he regains his senses, and the door cracks open. The guard has found the key, opened the lock, and is pushing the door open as we speak.
Oh gosh.
She's gonna, as he like kind of comes to and the door is opening, she's just kind of make eye contact with him, go like wide-eyed.
I try to like jerk forward, but I forget my head is still plugged in, and I like kind of like hurt my neck.
And
Some stuff clatters to the floor.
Get this thing out of my head. Clunk.
proceed with plan.
Okay.
What was plan?
Attack him.
Oh, okay.
Does he hear this through the door?
I mean, if Dice and
She
Bravo
doesn't
are
verbalize
actually,
that.
I was gonna say, yeah, there's no time for that kind of verbalization.
She literally goes wide-eyed to see Bravo, but has no other time other than like the door's opening.
Okay. Well, I mean, now that I have a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Okay,
Well,
hold
so,
on.
So,
Hold on.
all I'm doing right now is I'm trying to figure out what's the best mechanic to what's the best mechanic to resolve this thing that we want to do. Because okay, here's what we're gonna do. So Dice, 2 rolls, they're nested.
Okay.
You're gonna do something under fire to see if you can catch this guy off guard. If you can't, then it will change what your second move's gonna be.
Okay. Oh gosh. I rolled a 3.
And or is that just it?
Just do something under fire is a cool roll, right?
That is true. Yes.
It's a 3.
You're welcome.
All right.
You get experience for that.
So, Dice, the door swings open. Well, it only kind of swings open. You almost got out of the way of the door before he got the lock. And instead of you being in the perfect position to spring your trap, instead you're hit by the door and fall over.
Okay.
The guard barges into the room. After like shoving the door back, because it hit you, it swung back, shoves the door out of the way, barges into the room. His weapon is drawn, but he's stunned for a moment as there's 2 people into a room where they definitely shouldn't be. Neither of them looks like they're supposed to be here.
And one person has a computer.
And one
in his
person
head.
is cabled to the computer.
And that person says, "Hands up or you're dead." I put my finger to my temple, Professor X style.
He levels an Uzi at you.
So I'm trying to go aggro again because I'm too excited about this ability. Should I go ahead and roll for it real quick? Is that all right?
I guess you are triggering the event. So
There it is. That's what it is. Guess who just rolled 2 6s?
gosh dang.
Which means with my +3 to weird, that's a 15.
Good heavens.
Okay, advanced version of aggro. On a 12+, they have to cave and do what you want. You've overwhelmed them. They can't possibly bring themselves to force your hand.
This man, Dice, as you look up from the floor, Bravo turns around, cable still dangling from his head, speaks, and this man looks like he was hit with a wall of ice. He drops his Uzi and it like swings back to his side on the sling that's wrapped around his chest, and he puts his hands up. Alrighty, so Bravo and Dice, you have the floor, or at least this moment.
So here's what goes through my head real quick. Dice is on the ground, just got hit with a door. This guy has his hands up and he's dazed, but all I've told him to do is put his hands up. So this is a vulnerable situation. I'm torn between doing what I have to do and not wanting to do it. I have like one brief moment while this guy is still dazed, and I just glance at Dice and try to read your eyes. Like, what should I do?
Oh goodness.
You give me a nod, or do you do that like hold off? Cool it or smoke it?
I'm gonna give it the cool it first. Because if we make too much noise, we're done for.
That's true.
So she's gonna
Okay.
give the like, let's try back off. Because her
Okay.
initial plan of surprising him clearly did not work.
I'm just gonna hope this guard is scared enough. Okay now, easy now. Just drop the gun. Just go ahead and drop it right on the ground. You don't even need to set it down. Actually, scratch that. Set it down slowly. That thing's loaded.
The guard slowly lowers his hands, grabs the gun, lifts it back over his head, and he sets it, or it moves to set it down on an adjacent table.
Okay.
Once it's down, Dice is gonna get up and go and grab it.
Dice, you're now the proud owner of a Uzi.
I'm gonna start adding Uzis she's collected. That'll be the second one.
What's your name, citizen?
Jerem.
Listen, Jerem. I'm here because we have to operate at night. Because we've been informed by Tucson himself that there may be a foreigner incursion. Now, you just felt what I could do. Do you think I would have this power if I were not part of this operation?
His eyes go wide.
I'm trusting you, Jerem. I'm trusting that you aren't associated with the foreigners.
No, sir.
Look at me. What do you think of foreigners?
They're scum, sir.
That's right. That's right.
Sir, if you
Now-
don't mind me asking, why are you plugged into a computer, sir?
You know, sometimes you don't know how deep those foreigners' influence has gone until you go in yourself. I pull the plug out. I forgot it was still there. Now, do you have any handcuffs on you, Jerem?
Yes, sir.
What are you willing to do to prove your loyalty?
Anything, sir?
Okay. I need you to handcuff yourself to this desk.
And he slowly reaches behind him, grabs the handcuffs from his belt, and hesitates for a moment.
Jerem, is there disloyalty in your heart?
No, sir. No, there's not. He snaps the handcuffs around his wrist and the leg of the desk.
Okay. Thank you. You've passed this test. Doctor, a sidebar?
Sidebar. As we're kind of walking for a sidebar, she's gonna go, I tried to warn him really loud. Tried to warn him.
I say quietly, I feel so gross. I sound just like my unit supervisor. Ugh.
Hey, listen, I tried to stop him from coming in, but that was amazing. That's like, what do you keep doing?
I don't know. This is not the time. What are we gonna do about our loyal friend here?
Honestly, we could just, he's proved his innocence. I say we just leave him on his way and tell him not to tell anybody what he saw. Do you think he would?
You know what? Let's trust him.
I
Jerem?
think that's the best way to go.
I turn. You have proven your loyalty. We don't know who among the other guards might be working for foreign elements. We hope to have those foreign elements snuffed out by the end of tonight. But for tonight only, we need you to slow them down. If you are among other guards and they hear the noise, we're going to need to ask you to deflect, to say, oh, it might be something else, or to tell them you already checked it out and it was nothing. Can you do that, soldier?
Seduce or manipulate. It's one thing to ask him to prove his loyalty. It's another to ask him to go against his squad mates.
Yeah. Dice, do you want to say anything to help me out?
Wow, that's a really good convincing speech there.
Sir, are you sure she should be a doctor? I don't think she speaks English.
This is very important what we're trying to do right now, as I've already tried to warn you before you came in. It would do nothing but help us out.
Let's roll. Okay. That's a 6 so far.
I rolled a 10 for help. Oh,
Okay.
10 plus 3, 13.
Very nice.
Ooh.
So that brings you
Is there an
from
advanced move for help?
I don't believe so.
I think I just get you a +2.
I think it's just a +2. I mean, just a +2 that takes you from a failure to a success.
Dice does not operate on her own very well.
She's a great secondary. She's a good aid. But yeah, so
makes sense.
JRM responds, sir, that I suppose that makes sense, but what if that noise or whatever that we hear is the foreigners trying to gain ingress?
Oh, that's a good point. Here, I reach for his microphone. May I?
Yes, sir.
I switch the frequency on it, and I say, this is a special frequency that you can use to contact us, and let us know if you hear a noise that you think might not be us.
He goes, okay. Double check things with you, sir. I can do that.
Thank you, Jerem. The leaders will hear about your loyalty today.
Thank you, sir. Us or them?
Us or them.
And he
Us or them.
He begins to unhandcuff himself from the desk.
Oh yeah, I help him.
He's got his own keys, so
That's true.
I was planning on taking them if we were leaving him there.
yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I did some thinking there, some quick thinking. I was like, for a second, I was gonna try to get him to turn. I was gonna be like, have you ever thought about how bad this place is? But then I was like, if this guy has this advanced clearance, he's probably pretty loyal.
Okay.
For sure. Okay, so what do you do now that you have a guard on your side?
So
it sounds like you're kind of just leaving him and continuing.
Yeah, we're letting him go on his way because
go on your patrol, my guy.
The first time we come to a door and he realizes we don't have keys, gonna make our story seem pretty thin. After he leaves, I'm just like, okay, Dice, that was crazy. What do we do now?
That was insane. Yo, gosh, he did not believe me oh my gosh. I thought our cover was gone. Okay, we need to move.
Yeah, turns out you punch somebody in the brain and they soften up a little bit.
I still have no idea what you're doing, but keep on doing it.
That makes 0 of us.
What happened, by the way? What did you just do?
Well, it took a minute.
Yeah.
But because this is a very different system than what they have back where I'm from. But I downloaded it. I got the information. In fact, I think I can access it. And then I try to remember with my metal brain. I try to remember where Rex is.
Oh, that's not a bad move. Give me 2 seconds as I'm quickly just formatting something so it's actually legible.
Okay.
It's great seeing the previous post in there being #macaroni did nothing wrong.
Yeah. I freaking love that. It's a great hashtag. Teaser for those of you who have yet to watch. Well, actually, none of you will have watched by the time this episode comes out. Bird Crimes, the one-shot led by our friend Matt.
Bird Crimes.
Alrighty.
Watch it today. Coming soon to a podcast near you. Bird Crimes.
Okay, so Bravo. Here's my first question, right? So I will answer your question. Do y'all exit through the room the guard entered from, which on the map would be room 2?
I'd say yeah.
Okay, it gives me some context.
Seeing as he just came through that door alone, I'm assuming it's empty. So yeah.
Okay, yes.
We very casually walk through the room 2.
The site that you see is Rex's literal dream. There are benches to work on firearms, a target hallway, all sorts of different sizes, calibers, different types of gunpowder. This is weapons research.
Ooh.
And as you walk through, you start like going through the files and the directories and the things you've pulled from the computer, and you realize that unfortunately what you've got is only local files, files pertinent to what the people were working on in this room and the adjacent one. You find a lot of schematics, blueprints for things labeled as obviously as various kinds of weapons. There's a couple of specific things for like the hydroelectronics that they use to power the city. Unfortunately, there is no guest list included in that.
Do I remember the weapon that I caught a glimpse of in my psychic intrusion of Tucson earlier?
I mean, I'm going to assume you do.
When I say do I remember, I'm saying like as I'm looking through the files right now.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Sorry, I'm using this terminology because when I think of Silconia, like one of the reasons it's nefarious what they do is when these people download this information thinking they're just downloading the news, they're also having the state revise their memories. Like they can give them information that to the person just seems like their own memories at that point on.
Mm-hmm.
So the action of looking through these files is less like double tapping on a folder and more like being like, oh yeah, there's that thing that I learned that one time.
Yes. So Bravo, you think back over the files you've now added to your memory, and literally, and you do find the completed schematic, as well as parts list and concept art. Well, concept sketches, technical breakdowns, mathematical equations, required lists of things to be developed as a secondary because this is done. You find the thing that Papa Toussaint has been looking for and working for what seems like a good time. It's some kind of railgun.
Ooh, scary.
Yes, the gauging from the schematics, this thing is basically the size of a car. Like anything armed with this has to be a tank, more or less. Like this is not a small.
Do I remember it being complete, or are they still researching and developing it?
You remember this being the most recently printed.
As in, like, the schematic of it?
Yes,
like
yes.
They're about to build it?
Yes, like the schematic has been printed. They've completed their R&D.
Okay, so it might be built, it might not, but they're figuring out how to make it. It's probably built. Oh gosh. Okay, one more quick question for this memory while we're in this room. What is the, according to my memory, what is the coolest weapon in this room that I could pick up and take with me right now?
Why do you have to put me on the spot like this, man?
And Dice is already rummaging as Bravo's like thinking back on whatever's in the room. Dice is just looking for something cool, like a weapon.
Yeah, as you're looking, I'm like, oh, that one's not done. That'll explode if you use it. You're holding that one backwards.
I'm turning this one on you. Aaron. You pick the coolest thing you can think of that's semi-reasonable.
Ooh.
Grenade launcher.
I literally was thinking, are we gonna blow up the guard station?
Again?
Again?
You see a grenade launcher?
Dice no,
does?
I remember a recently developed weapon. Well, it's kind of a weapon here. I'm like, yes, this'll do. I go over to the desk in the corner and pick up the recently completed silence ray.
The what?
I need to think of a better name for it. I pick it up.
Is that a real weapon?
No.
Does that
Absolutely
qualify
not.
as semi-reasonable?
We're playing sci-fi game. I pick it up.
This isn't Siliconia.
Oh, you're right. We're much less technologically advanced here, aren't we?
Yeah,
Okay.
If you think equivalent to like today's day and age, maybe like 5 years more advanced, right? In today's day and age, like a railgun only reasonably fits on a battleship. I'm okay scaling that down to a car, but like a gun that inverts noise does not exist yet.
No,
Okay.
actually, you know what? No, I'm with Bravo on this one. He finds like a Bluetooth speaker that plays white noise.
I'm like, I pick it up and then I'm like, wait, why did I think this would be helpful? I go over to the other desk at the other corner of the room and I'm like, yes, this is much better. It's a net gun. I pick it up. So it has a tube and it shoots out a little compressed net. When it fires, the net flings open and like entangles whoever you hit it with. So
Okay.
good for attacking people. You know, if you're in front of a crowd and you don't want to mow down a bunch of people, but you got to catch some dissidents before they get away.
I can get behind that.
So I'm imagining this thing is like, it's like wrapped up. The net is like wrapped up into this little canister that flings open when you shoot it, but then like it has barbs on it, so when it wraps around it entangles with itself.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Bravo, you remember they've been developing a lot of incredible and random things here, but what you gravitate to is this thing that looks like a modified t-shirt cannon, but it's been modified to shoot these net rounds. Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, you find that you can absolutely add it to your inventory. You find also, shall we let the die decide how many pieces of ammunition you find?
is.
Alrighty, roll.
Yes.
Go ahead, roll 1d6, Bravo.
Not a d20?
No, not a d20.
It's a 3.
3. All right, so yeah, there are 3 prepared net shells.
Okay. All right, that'll do.
The tags for this gun are most definitely going to be a reload and short range.
Short reload.
As the two of you make your way out of this room and I guess continue your exploration, yeah, you do reach like a common area that has a room listing kind of, much like you'd see with a big office building that has many different companies renting out office space. You'll find a placard or something listing out which companies are in which rooms, and you find an equivalent list for the various stations and occupations that take place in this building, or at least on this floor.
There are lots of interesting things on this Faraday monitor. That sounds cool. Psychic testing. I'm not sure why Rex would be there. Waste disposal area. No.
No. Furnace? No.
Checkpoint. I hope he's not in the furnace. Would he be in re-education?
My best guess based off of this list is honestly re-education.
Yeah.
Is the right direction.
Okay, re-education tactics is in room 4, and it's great.
The longest, windiest, most random.
Oh my gosh.
Unless we go back through the room we came. Based off of my knowledge of the map, if we go back through room 8, down along the hallway past room 10 and up around, we can get there fastest. Well, maybe it's not I don't know if it's necessarily faster, but it looks faster.
I think it'll be faster than trying to break a hole through the wall. So I think it's our best option.
Yeah. So back through the room we came and down, up, and around.
Okay.
It's risky because it's all hallway, but it's fastest. I was hoping we could get to the lab coat lockers area, but that's really hard to get to, so...
We've already got guard uniforms.
Dang.
Yeah, let's go fast and quiet.
You are still in your guard uniforms, which will help you. Which will help you. But if you're attempting to go undetected, I will need an act under fire roll. You may add +1 for your forethought in dressing like your quarry.
Oh my gosh, I have a +1 to cool, guys. Wow.
Do we both roll separately?
It's the same way as we've done. You can roll separately, or if you don't want to help each other, but your fates will be separate. Or you can roll together with help, but your fates are tied.
I mean, I feel bad hugging but I'm a natural min-maxer, and I'm like, not min-maxer. I'm a natural optimizer, and I'm like,
I mean,
I do something under fire.
I guess here's the question, right? How are y'all helping each other? Because if you're not if you can't think of a way to actively help each other be quiet and stealthy as we move around, then you might as well just roll separately.
Honestly, I think we're just trying to go quick. I don't think there's time.
I think we're just trying to be like,
okay.
Yeah, I think rolling separately is the best way to go about it.
Okay, cool. Roll each of your stuffs.
Oh no.
6 and a 4. That's an 11.
1 and a 2. That's a 6.
Oh no! Ah!
Okay, so Okay, so Bravo and Dice, is you head back through the room with Jerem. He's mildly surprised to see you again, but has learned not to ask questions at this point. You continue on down. You head along the hallway. You get to the hallway that goes along the exterior wall. The hallway on the wall where you left your rope for escape. Bravo, you're in the lead. And Dice, you're behind Bravo. And Bravo, this is where you find a guard rounding the corner right as you get to it.
Oh no.